seat here.
How many views do you guys get?
Oh, this is our first time doing it, so we
Oh,
really don't
we'll
know.
see.
But
Okay,
a lot of
okay.
students have been following it. Okay,
Okay.
so hey everyone, we're already here live streaming NGHS Promise. I'm here with
Brianna.
Brianna,
Monica.
Monica. Okay, so real quick, tell me something about yourselves.
Go
You go
Anything in
Alright,
particular?
well, I actually graduated from North Garland 2017.
Woo.
So now I'm here. So, I mean, anything's possible, you guys.
Yes.
I actually attended North Garland also 2016. Okay, I attended it
The
for like
Raiders.
a year or so, but I didn't graduate from there, but I did attend it, so I do consider myself
As a
Yes.
Raider.
a past student. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
Yes. Okay, so when you were in North Garland, did you think about just wanting to be in the cosmetology industry and stuff like that?
Honestly, I had a lot of pressure on me from like my parents coming from like a Hispanic religious family where it was like, you know, especially going to North Garland, which is like a magnet school.
Yes, a magnet
Yeah,
school.
they pursued me a lot to go into like law or to do like the medical field, things like that. So I mean, it crossed my mind, but I never thought it was something I was gonna end up pursuing as like a career.
Yes. And I was honestly like a tomboy. I was in sports. Like, I played soccer. Like, I was in there. Like, I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to play for the college. That's what I wanted to do. I never thought in a million years that I would be here, you know, a makeup professional artist, you know, here at a makeup school.
Yeah.
So
We
I
have
really
one question. How did high school help her plan her career?
I mean, high school helped me plan my career because it gave me my options. It let me know like
what I wanted to do.
there was more. I guess when I was in high school, that's a really good question. I mean, you know how whenever you have certain classes who are like want to break down what you want to do as a career, they want to break down your options, things like that. I mean, I guess it showed me that. Okay, honestly, it didn't show me much until after I graduated. I'm being straight up. It didn't show me much until after I graduated, because after I graduated, I really didn't have that pressure from like a school as far as like what you were gonna do for your career, like what college I was gonna go to, that whole enrollment process. You know, I had a lot of friends who were very like smart. They were in all like the Avid programs, things like that, and so everybody had their career set out. I didn't, and up until after I graduated, and I kind of just started researching what my options were besides college.
Yeah. Because honestly, I wasn't into really taking the test, like all into that. Like, me personally, I don't do that. Like, I'm a very hands-on person, I feel. So I feel like books to me wasn't really it. I feel like I'm just more hands-on.
You know, everybody has their own personal thing. You know, I was friends with a lot of people who were like very, I mean, I guess you could say smart. Like, you know, they had like, they're gonna be nurses, or they're gonna be like, you know, all these job careers I can't even pronounce. And I was just like so lost.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Not yet.
Not yet. Any comments?
Nope, just that one. There was some hard eyes, so.
Hey.
Okay. Okay, so what made you want to work at like Boss Beauty Makeup Academy, or just cosmetology in general?
What made me want to work here? I mean, I always knew since I was younger that I was like extra. That I was like, you know, when I would go to school, people would be like, "Oh my God, why do you take the time to like do your hair? Why do you take the time to do your makeup? Like, you're coming to school. Why are you like trying to impress?" I always knew like I was made for like more, or made for extra. And actually, while I was still at North Garland is when I started kind of researching makeup schools and things like that. I like how confident it made me feel whenever I was able to do my makeup and things like that. And so that made me want to really work in like the beauty industry. And so then I found out about this place, and then I got to know all the information and the background history on it. And I was like, you know what, I want to be a part of this so bad. I didn't care what it took to like get here. So I mean, that's just me personally.
Yeah. So what made me want to work here, honestly, it's just the environment that I get. Like, I feel so confident being here.
Exactly.
Working here just boosted my confidence, honestly, because I'm a very, you know, low self-esteem person. When I was in high school, like, I really didn't talk to nobody. I only had like 2 friends, and I still only have like 2 friends. So, you know, working here just, you know, helps me really be more confident, be more myself. I got to, you know, release the, you know, inner artist in myself. So yeah, that.
And you see the owners of this school, like the owners of this, and like the environment, like they're so uplifting. They're so about. It doesn't matter who walks through that door. You could be male, female. You could be the prettiest person in the world. You could. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, they treat you all the same. At the end of the day, we get the same results doing the same thing, which is makeup. And you know, to others it may be something that's not so. Like it was just makeup, but to others it makes people feel confident. Gives them that. You could literally change your mood,
somebody,
change your whole mood after, you know, just putting makeup on a face.
So, what was the process of you becoming like in the cosmetology industry, stuff like that? Was there like any kind of process that you had to go through, or like licenses or college or anything like that?
So
The process I had to go through was saving money. So honestly, you know, so I mean, college is one thing, and you know, it's expensive. It is expensive, but college specifically, there's a lot of like a lot of financial aids, a lot of things that can help you out like that. A lot of things you could apply for that, but when it came to doing this, it was something that I knew I had to get on my own. Also coming from a Hispanic religious family to where they didn't want to financially help me when it came to cosmetology in school. So I mean, I had to just really work my butt off. So working in high school, I saved up a lot of my money to be able to join the program, and I actually joined the program when I was 16, still in high school, but I was already gone from North. I had already went to I was just hopping from school to school, honestly. Yeah.
Wow.
Repeat the question for me one more time because I literally lost it.
Wait, I'm trying to think of it. Oh, wait, what was it? Oh, what was the process of you becoming like in this kind of industry, in cosmetology and stuff like that?
Well, honestly, like I said, I really wasn't like, I didn't know what I was gonna do after I graduated high school. Whenever I graduated, I worked at Shell's, a gas station. Then I worked at a hospital. I was a patient transporter, you know, and then that's whenever I thought, like, you know, maybe, you know, if I with the medical industry, maybe, right? Mm-hmm. But no, I can't be around that. I can't be around blood. I can't, no. So I don't know where, you know, this opportunity came out. You know, they were hiring, and I was like, you know what, I need to come. And then I actually took the course too. And now, right now, I'm an admissions counselor here. So what I do is I help, you know, girls, you know, turn their passion into, you know,
their paycheck.
Yeah, so that's what we do here at Boss Beauty. That's what we help you. We help you, not only we teach you makeup, we teach you the business side of makeup. So you'll literally learn how to run your own business. It doesn't have to be necessarily just makeup. You could literally have your own salon, everything. And guess what? You'll be your own boss. You'll know how to run that. So that's what literally got my attention. Like, okay, it's not just makeup. This is literally business. It's easy money that you guys could get. So it could really benefit y'all, you know, throughout.
Yeah, there's so much more that goes behind just makeup. You know, you have to brand, you have to market yourself, you have to learn how to talk to clients, work with clients, things like that. So, you know, a full-time makeup artist makes on average over like what 70-60K a year. So I mean, you can literally make a full career out of this. And you know, so many people, there's so many different options as far as what direction you can go in the beauty industry. But you know, to anybody who's interested, I mean, I say just ask about it. The one question can lead to your potential career literally. Yeah. So, yeah.
We do have another question. What do you believe high school can do in order to help students prepare for after high school?
Well, they could do a lot more than what they do right now. I'll tell you that. So, graduating high school, I didn't know anything about like the real world, financing, all that. Like, I know now they offer more classes, right? They offer like math. What is it, like math models or
like calculus and
something like that. You know, they offer all that. But if they could have a class, like a real life class, telling you what to expect whenever you like graduate high school, such as the real world, how to apply for jobs, how to like give, I guess what. Avid or what is it? There's some. I know there's some classes that offer that now, but like it should be a requirement for all the students to learn about, you know, building your credit, how to apply for jobs, how to build a resume, how to look for, like I don't know, just things in general. Yeah.
So I have a question. So there's a lot of like in a lot of schools they have each program. Like North Garland has medical and having stuff like that. South Garland has like automotive and cosmetology. And then they just opened a brand new Korean technical building in front of me. Yeah, they have like fashion and firefighting and stuff like that. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think like doing stuff like that is a good idea?
That's pretty dope. You know, like some people, like I said, some people don't want to go into, you know, that doing medical and things like that. Some people, that's not their thing. So maybe what gets their, like fashion, for instance, that's like a way for them, you know, that's one of their passions. Like I said, turn your passion into a paycheck. Do what you love doing. So not a lot of people want to be a doctor, want to be a nurse, want to be a surgeon, things like that. Some people just don't want to do that.
I think it's awesome that they're giving all the students an opportunity to know that there's different careers out there. I wish that was going around.
Literally, when I was in school,
I would have definitely signed up. I would have gone to that program. I think it's really exciting because it's showing students
it's opening new doors.
It's opening new doors, new opportunities, and it's showing people that you have different options versus just the whole played out average life and things like that. Who knows? Somebody is destined to know they're a chef, and like they go to there and they learn. It's awesome that they're giving students opportunities to do different career paths and things.
Any questions? Yeah. No? Okay, so what courses did you have to take in order to be here? Did you have to take any courses or you just
in order for me to work here, literally work here, I actually graduated from the course. So I attended the program when I was 16 years old. I graduated around 17, and then I applied here to work here. But I had to take the entire 15-week program. So pretty much what we do here, it's a 15-week program. You come one day of the week for 4 hours for 15 weeks, and you learn everything there is to know about makeup from the beginning, the basics, learning how to color correct, contour, work with different skin types, different skin tones into the more advanced type of makeup. They teach you the business side of makeup as well. And so, we do challenge our students here. We want to ensure that if this is something you're investing in, you get all your money's worth, and not only that, you understand what it is you're actually learning, what it is that we teach you in the 15-week program, and things like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
Well, it's not a cosmetology school, so it's more makeup. It's not cosmetology. Cosmetology is more like estheticians, how to do facials, barbering, cutting hair, nails, things like that. If makeup is something just strictly makeup, this is the school for you. Honestly, she told you, learning from the most basics to the most dramatic in makeup. So.
What I like about this school is a lot of schools, a lot of people think you have to go to a cosmetology school to be in the beauty industry technically. And what a cosmetology school is, we're not that different from them, but we don't teach you, the hair and the skin part of that. So, if you're just interested in strictly learning about the face, there's different options. And, there's schools that I'm sure teach you more specifically hair design or more so skin aesthetics, things like that. So, if specifically makeup is something that you're looking for, this is something that you could potentially do as a full career or just add on and then learn about hair and then learn about nails and take the time to learn about all these different other things. But, you could literally make a career out of just this program. And it's a makeup academy. And some people don't have the opportunity of going to a cosmetology school because they are very expensive. And some of them require you to be, let's say, a legal citizen of the United States, or they say they require you to be have certain criteria. You have to have a certain amount of hours before you can graduate. And here, as long as you finish your program and we teach you and we guide you through that, then
you're good.
You're good. You start your career.
Certified.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 2 questions. How did you determine your career?
I'm still determining it.
I feel like I haven't determined my I know what I want to do career-wise, but what helped me determine that's a really tricky question. You can never really.
Yeah, it is really tricky because I'm just on my 20s. I'm 20 years old. So, this is a good of what I want to do. For instance, talking to people, I get to meet new people every day.
You have to figure out what makes you happy.
Yeah.
What makes you happy while earning money. If you could go to a job and you could dread your job and get paid all this amount in the world, but at the end of the day you won't have that fulfillment of this is the career, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's a career when it's something that makes you happy and you can make money at the same time, if that makes any sense. When I'm working, I literally 3 hours can go by and I don't feel like I did a whole day of work, or I don't feel like those 3 hours went by. I feel like time flew by and I made money doing something that I love, something that made other people feel better,
Yes.
So it really helps you determine your career, being able to fish out the things that make you happy and the things that don't, and
pros and cons.
Yeah.
So I have something a question to add to that. So many people believe that career, when you say the word career or a job after high school, many people believe it's just getting your check and getting money and that. But a lot of people don't think that it's much about wanting to pursue something that you love to do or something that you pursue. Yeah. So the other be that not only is a career just getting your paycheck, but doing something that you love.
Exactly. It has to be. A career is not a career if it's not something that you wake up in the morning and you're like, you know what, I'm excited to go to work. I'm about to get this money. At the end of I don't even keep count of how much I'm making anymore, or oh my god, how much is my paycheck gonna be, because I'm doing something that I love, that I know I could do this for the rest of my life and still be happy, have that fulfillment of of a career. You know, a career is something that you don't mind doing at all, and you could like, I mean, you don't have to. It just makes you happy. I don't know. It just makes you happy. You don't feel like you're working. You don't feel so. So it's
living
something that
paycheck by
helps others.
paycheck, like,
Exactly.
yeah,
You know. Yeah. Some people think if as long as you have money, you're getting by, then you know you're fine. The standard life is like you have to work from here to here, and then as long as you can live and pay your bills, then you're fine. That's a career. You know, a career is something that I feel like gives you that fulfillment, that makes you happy while earning income. You know.
Okay, so next question. What would you like to tell to young adults who want to take the same career but are afraid to?
Take that step. You never know what, I mean, makeup is nothing but getting bigger. Or the makeup industry is getting bigger. Take the step. You never know if you could be the one that, you know, like, oh, she's the next, you know, what do you call them? The YouTube people, what are they called? like she wants
Make
to
it by Mario, I
or
don't
something
know.
like that. Just,
Something.
you know, like if you want to start doing YouTube videos, things like that, you know, do it. Take that step. You never know, like, what you can, you know, come up with.
I just say ask about it. Ask about it. Do not be afraid to ask about it, because I mean, coming into this, I was afraid. Trust me, I was not like, oh my God, this is what I know I want to do. I was afraid because I was afraid of failing, and that's very normal. I was afraid of feeling, you know, out of place or something. You know something is right when you just automatically have that. You feel like, okay, this is for sure what I want to do, or this is like, just ask anybody, because asking could lead to you having a conversation that could lead to changing your entire life. So even if you're slightest bit interested, what is asking going to do? It's not going to hurt you. It's never going to hurt you, you know? And if anybody who is interested, you could literally contact us, contact your school. Our job here as admissions counselor is to literally help anybody who is potentially interested, and even if they're afraid to ask, like, literally just ask. Asking does not hurt at all. You know, the worst that could happen is no, and like, I mean, it's not, that's it. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Any question? Okay, so there's a lot of people who don't know. A lot of students in high school that don't know what to do after high school. What is your advice? Some of them think that you have to have some type of career or have something planned right after you finish high school. What do you have to say to that?
You don't. You really don't. But you know, whenever I graduated high school, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But you know, I hustled every day. At least, you know, I had some type of income coming in. You know, as long as you have a job or something, you know, income coming in. Think about what you want to do. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. The job that you're working right now is not your forever job.
Yeah.
It's not your forever job. No, I promise you, it's not. Like, honestly, I didn't think I would be here ever, but I'm here, and you know, I love helping women out. I love doing what I do.
There's people who find out their careers when they're 30 years old, 32 years old, things like that. I mean, you don't want to wait that long, but again, you never know. You don't ever know.
So that's why I asked that question. You never, you know.
I mean, just ask around, you know. And as long as I feel like if you're taking the time to just do one thing a day that can improve tomorrow, you're working towards your career. You're working towards finding your career, if that makes any sense. Like, my biggest thing is I love to write things down. So before even maybe finding out this was my set career, I like to write down things that I love to do, and I like to search up things that are associated with getting paid and doing those things, if that makes sense. You know, just do your research. I really feel like there's so many jobs out there that nobody knows exist. Like, you could get paid for what? Watching pandas. Like, have you seen all those videos? Like, you could get paid for watching pandas. Simple things like that. Like, just do your research. You never know what's out there in the world, you know? Who knows? Babysitting could be like your entire set career. You just love kids. You love watching them. I mean, there's people, like, everything around you is a career, literally. Anything. You know, somebody had to make those light bulbs. Somebody had to make these mirrors. Like, you never know. Just keep searching until you find that fulfillment, until you find what makes you happy and while making money. That's what I feel.
Any other question? No? Okay, so I want to talk about the Dallas County Promise grant that we have. North Garland has it, South Garland has it, and Lakeview Centennial has it, and other Dallas schools have it. So what it is basically every senior pledges and completes their FAFSA, and what they do is they get 2 years of free college at any DCCD. So whether it be Richland, Eastfield, Central, any college here in Dallas, they get to go for free, and then they can go on to certain colleges that they
a full-time job and also working and going to school and doing things like that. So I just feel like that's awesome, giving opportunity to those
amazing.
Who, you know, that's crazy.
Comment? There's no comment.
No comment? No, that's no comment. Okay, so when I was talking to a lot of people about this place, or like I'm gonna be interviewing people at the Boss Beauty Makeup Academy, a lot of people were like they're like, okay, makeup academy, but they're like,
Yeah,
what do they do?
It's like,
Yeah, so what do y'all do? Because a lot of people are really interested, like what this is.
Like
or
your
what
day
y'all
to
do.
day, like what
Yeah.
you do on a daily.
okay, so what we do.
Mhm.
Wait, so do you want to know in the perspective of like me and her, we work here, so we attended the program and now we work here. But did you want to know like in the perspective of like being a student here, like?
Well, both, because some people they're like, oh.
Okay, awesome. So I mean,
What we do here daily basis,
Yeah.
what we do here. So, well, basically what we do here, we help women, you know, if you want to book an appointment, me and Brianna will be the ones attending you. And, you know, we help you get into the steps of, you know, going through the makeup industry, how to become a makeup artist. We help you, you know, go through the step and how to become a professional makeup artist and things
we're
like
pretty
that.
much here to give you that jump start.
Yes.
So us as working here, what we do is we help people, anybody, it could be male, female, who's slightly interested in learning about makeup. And so we give you that extra jump. We get a lot of people here who they could have already done this, but they didn't have anybody to sit down and tell them, okay, this is how it works, this is how it's done, this is how you can get here. Pretty much there's no excuses as far as to where you want to be, you know. So career-wise or day-to-day basis just looks like we're meeting with people. We're meeting with anybody who's like, people who are even afraid to come and people who are even afraid to ask questions. We meet with all different people, different ages, ethnicities, races, everything, literally. And like we meet, we sit down with them, we get to know them, and we get to know what it is they're interested in. Most of them come here because they're interested in makeup, of course, and then we pretty much give them the breakdown on all the information here, get to know them, and we teach them how to get started, and we also guide them throughout the whole entire program. So it's not like just like they meet with us and then that's it. We literally help people. We stay in contact with them throughout their whole program here. They have questions, concerns, they come to us and we help them, and we're here to like motivate them, give them that little extra jump, that little extra push that they have. But as a student here, what you do is you come one day of the week, so it's not like a daily basis. But
so they could definitely work on, I mean, their schedule. I mean, they're in high school, which would definitely benefit them. Let's say that they, you know, want to, you know, make money out of this, which you will. You know, that'll benefit you. Imagine prom season coming up, homecoming, all of that, girl. Let me tell you.
One thing that I can say though is don't come into this just thinking I want to make money. Money is what I'm here for. This is a lot of the women come in here and they don't. We have some people who just are passionate about makeup, passionate about learning it, and the money is just like that plus. Like, oh, that's awesome. I'm getting paid for it. You know, don't ever, when it comes to career, don't ever think, oh, this is the career that I want to do just because of how much money they're making or how much this. You know, when you're doing something you love, money will come. You know, as long as you're fulfilling, you're helping others, that's something that will always be there in the end. You know, find something that gives you that fulfillment, gives you that happiness, and then from there, you know, money's just that extra. Oh wow, like you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So there's a question. It says, is the demand for the cosmetologists or makeup artists high in the industry?
Now, makeup is extremely popular in the industry right now. I will say it's definitely rising. Right now we got a lot of people who are more so like makeup enthusiasts. We have a lot of people who are learning makeup, and a lot of people are taking the time to get certified or go to classes and learn like legitimately the process of it. So I mean, it's definitely growing, but not a lot of people are taking the time to come to classes to get certified, to do it the actual professional way. We just get a lot of people who are enthusiasts and more so people who are like just doing it for fun or doing it on Instagram and social media and things like that, you know. So, but it is definitely growing, and there's different routes you can take as far as what you want to do in the beauty industry. Somebody could be a fashion runway, a makeup artist. Somebody could do for TV. Somebody could do for. We have people who have programs who go out to people who have gone through domestic violence, who are cancer patients, things like that, and they go in and make them feel more confident, make them feel more beautiful by just doing makeups and things like that. So I mean, it is in demand. It's always in demand. It's definitely up and coming.
Yeah. Okay. So another question says, what excites you about doing makeup or being a makeup artist or just working here?
Yeah, it's just literally just boosting that confidence on somebody, like literally helping them out.
I feel like that's definitely with all the questions we did answer. It's just the confidence that you can give people, making them feel better. I mean, I've had personal connections with people where once I'm done doing their makeup, they literally are like about to start crying. I'm like, don't ruin my masterpiece. But like, you give people a certain feeling. I mean, it's not to make this is something one of our instructors said. Makeup is not to make you pretty, it's to make your pretty pop. So like you know, it's just to enhance the beauty you already have, you know. It's not to completely transform the face, you know. Although there is some people who go towards like special effects and that's just what they do for
Okay, so there's another question. It says, I have a bad GPA and everything in school is going bad. Should I just give up? So there's a, like they kind of just they said they're like giving up. They don't think they're gonna.
Look, I mean, I graduated from North Garland, and I did not just spend all that time for nothing. Like, at least let me get my diploma.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't give up.
And I feel
You know, like
in some cases, some teachers or some people maybe think that my story, I gave up. I graduated high school. I got my diploma, but I graduated from a continuation school. So with that being said, I was in the same position. My GPA was trash. I hated going to school. And I wanted to get out the quick and easy way. So to some people, I went to a continuation school. I finished in like 3 months. I graduated at 16, 17 years old. Some people, to them, that's giving up. But to me, that's, at least I fulfilled getting that diploma. At least I fulfilled finishing the school. But don't ever give up. You're so close. You're almost there. I mean,
almost there.
think about the fact that, I mean, when you were in kindergarten, if you would have had the option to give up, you know, and your mom could let you stay home, you wouldn't even be where you are right now. So just finish, you know. You started something. Just at least get done with it. And you never know. Within, there's people who find out, oh my God, you know, I love school, or school's awesome at the last month of school. You know, it's just like, just wait it out. You're almost there anyways.
Okay, so last question. Yeah, I think this is gonna be all. So last question. Any last words of advice to people who just don't know what to do, or just want to be in cosmetology, or any types of words of advice to people just leaving high school in general?
Yeah, just like I said, just follow your passion. Whatever you're passionate about, it'll come up. It'll come up. It'll eventually come up. Whatever you're passionate in, do what you gotta do. Follow your passion.
Do what makes you happy.
Yeah, do whatever makes you happy.
That's the biggest thing.
Literally.
Don't live your life, and don't come out of high school to make anybody's life better than your own. You know, make sure you're happy, make sure you're fulfilled, because then from there you will learn how to make others feel the same way. You know, a lot of people are mistaken because out of high school they get that pressure of, okay, now I have to make my parents happy, now I have to do this, now I have to do that. No, make yourself happy. Do what makes you happy, and then from there the rest comes along. You know, find that inner peace. Don't feel like, oh my God, I'm out of high school, I have to hurry up and find a career, I have to hurry up and do this, I have to hurry up and do that. Be patient with yourself. Learn to love yourself, learn what you love, and then learn how to make a career out of it. Seriously. That's the biggest advice I could give, literally. You know, and don't listen to those who, they're going to have a lot of people who will discourage you. They're going to have a lot of people who are going to try to tell you how your life should be set up. You're going to have a lot of people who will play your life out for you, but just know that you're the one who's always in control. Do what makes you happy, always, at all times. Because nobody's going to make sure that you're as happy as you would yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, and that's all.
Okay.
All right. No, wait. I think Mr. Campos is still watching. Anything you want to tell him?
If this is the same Mr. Campos that I'm talking about, then
Mexican science.
Yes, Mexican science. I love him. He's the best. He was my favorite teacher. I actually wrote I wrote a letter where I told him I was going to move to a continuation school, and he was the one who was like, no, don't do it. They don't stay in school. I actually wrote a letter, and I was like, and it said, you know, to Mr. Campos, for the rest of your life, you get free services from Brianna once I have my own business, And he signed it off, and so that still applies.
Yeah, he just commented, he said, yes, it's her.
You know, your wife still gets her makeup done for free with me whenever she wants, okay? So he believed in me, so.
She said, Profesor Girafantes, yup, I still have it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. He was my absolute favorite.
Yeah. Okay, and that's all we have.
All right.
Time to end it.